One of my top career choices is to become an actress in a traveling Broadway company. Almost everyone has seen or heard about a Broadway in some shape or form, whether it was listening to a song that originated from a Broadway soundtrack or watching a movie that was rewritten from a past Broadway projection. I have been listening to Broadway since I was very young. My sister Abigail was the one who sparked my love for musicals and acting. She was the only person I knew who was involved in plays and musicals. I went to my first real Broadway show to see Wicked in 7th grade. I was in awe. The cast did such an amazing job. This made me interested in making a career out of music, acting, or both. To be a performer on Broadway, you are not required any specific education. However, going to college and earning a degree in anything involving performing arts obviously helps you out tremendously. According to The Street, an education is not required. However, a bachelor's degree is seen as helpful, and some even pursue a master's degree. One type of degree you can earn in college, also the degree that I am planning to achieve, is a Bachelor of Arts in Music Performance. Directors, especially in Broadway, or anything like Broadway, are going to be very thorough for auditions. Some are going to look at your education or your prior experience with performing. In my opinion, I think it is better to take the classes and learn more about performing to earn your degree, because you can never learn too much, especially if you're planning on building a career. You might be wondering what an actress or actor on Broadway does in their everyday lives. Most people would think that it is a relatively easy job. An interview on Broadway starring Michael James Scott, done by CNBC, takes a closer look at what a day in the life of a Broadway star looks like. This specific interview focuses only on performance days. However, Scott has his own ritual that he does on show days. This involves workouts, warm-ups, specific foods and drinks that he has to eat during the day. However, everyone is going to have their own different routines. Scott performs 6 days a week. This is a typical show days for everyone on Broadway, with a total of 8 performances a week. According to the New York Times Theater Guide, Broadway shows have performances Tuesday through Sunday, with no performances on Monday. There are usually 2 performances, a manatee and an evening show, and these shows are on Wednesdays and Saturdays. There are several different things that make people enjoy Broadway. Maybe the reason you enjoy Broadway. For one, it's all live. So if something goes wrong, you can't pause and reshoot it. The actors or actresses have to find something that makes it look like a part of the show. On Broadway, they usually get 4 to 6 weeks of practice. This may not seem like a long time to you, but you have to remember that this is a full-time job and not just a side gig. I assume most of you have jobs, and you probably work several hours of the day, if not the whole day. This is the same thing. For 4 to 6 weeks, these performers are non-stop rehearsing, practicing the dances, and working on specific inflections or tones for each word and phrase. They do these at practices, at home, or even in the car. There is a lot of time and effort put into these performances so that they can be as close to perfect as they can get. Because, as I stated before, they can't go back during the show and redo anything. It's a one and done situation. By hearing all of this, you might be thinking, no one would honestly want to do this every single day. Or maybe one of you is thinking, this sounds like the easiest job ever. This job definitely is not for everyone. When you see a performer on Broadway, you have to know that this is what they truly want to become, truly want to do. It's not something someone does on just a whim. And this is an example and list of reasons why I would like to become an actress on a traveling Broadway company or just a regular Broadway company.